Okay, well, first of all, I love your channel. I think you do great work. I more want to know what you
Okay.
would advise for like a early 20s. Yes, I know sometimes you don't like the early 20s women, but what you would advise for someone who has seen the struggle and doesn't want to replicate that. I didn't go to school for my degree. I work in social media marketing, but there's nothing like super stability about that. And I more want to be taken care of. So I do the necessary things, compatible and sweet and all those things. I want to know more like, in COVID, you can't really do much, but like, what do you recommend?
Okay, I'm not sure on the question because first you said something about being early 20s and that I don't like it or what?
Well, typically the younger the girl, the more you kind of like are like, all right, girl,
It depends on what she's saying.
Well, I'm saying, what would you advise for?
Hold on. Well, I need to respond to that because I can't just leave that out there. When a young woman's coming in giving her opinion, that's fine. But when she starts giving advice, I have to balance that out against her lived experience and her knowledge. So you can have an opinion, but when you give advice, it needs to be against something that's credible. That's when I tend to brush it
sorry
off.
about that.
All right, so you're younger, and what do you want?
I want your advice on what you think I should do to get the lifestyle I want.
I don't know what lifestyle you want, so let's start there. How old are you?
23.
And what do you want to be married?
Yes.
You want children?
Yes.
How many?
Two.
You know what comes next? Do you want to have to work to pay significant bills after you're pregnant with the first child?
I would not like to pay significant bills.
All right. And do you live in the northeast, south, or west of the country?
Right now I live in the west, but I'm from the south. That's probably where I'd go back to.
Okay. So how much would a man need to make to fund the kind of lifestyle that you and your two children, how much would he need to make annually to provide the kind of lifestyle you want?
I would like minimum $300,000 a year.
300, and that's like Atlanta dollars. Okay. So what kind of men make that kind of money? What do they do? Just some professions.
Athletes. CEOs. Doctors, lawyers.
Okay. Athletes. Let me go ahead and turn this. Athletes. CEOs of what?
I don't know, actually. I don't know.
Well, see, that's part of the problem, right? Because you can identify what you want, but when I'm starting to ask you to fill it out, it starts to get vague. What are some jobs that you think, well, how about this? At what age do you think a man starts making around $300,000 or more?
30.
30. All right.
Yeah.
What's the oldest man you've ever dated?
Early 30s.
What, early 30s meaning 31 or what?
Like 35.
All right. So, number one, and what percentage of men earn $300,000 or more in this country?
I'm not sure of the number.
Less than 5%.
Okay.
So it sounds to me that you really don't have a firm grasp on reality of men and earning in this country. Because the first thing that came out of your mouth is athletes. That's concerning to me.
Well, I didn't mean that they were, husband material.
Well, but when I asked you, but it's still concerning. And then CEOs. See, you have to understand what it is you want and the reality of getting it. You want an exceedingly small group of men, and men don't start earning that kind of money until their late 30s. Between 45 and 55 is when men earn that kind of money, not early 30s.
Okay.
So would you want to be married to a man who's 45?
Preferably no. We probably would clash.
Why?
We have different interests.
What do you mean?
I feel like you probably would be a little bit further progressed than me, and we wouldn't be able to see eye to eye on things.
Well, does he need to see eye to eye with you on?
Say that one more time.
What does he need to see eye to eye with you on?
I mean, let me rephrase that. I feel like we probably wouldn't have that much chemistry because I have talked to guys around that age, and I feel like we just don't have as much chemistry.
I don't care about chemistry.
Like I have to put certain parts of myself away to be more.
Ma'am, I don't know what you're talking about. Chemistry, what does that mean?
Like, I don't know, just the younger. I have to be more mature and more like less youthful. Does that make sense?
Nope.
Well, then I don't know how to word it. I could do it, but I would feel like I would be less of myself, less youthful, less.
I gotta be really direct with you. Then
Go ahead.
Then date men. Then you don't want to look, sweetheart.
Go ahead. Tell me.
You're not the asset. He is.
Mm-hmm.
You see, you guys want it all. You want chemistry and love and connection. When you want a man who's making $300,000 a year, so you don't have to work, I got news for you. You are going to have to get on his program. So if you got to put up the whatever the youthful stuff is, that's the cost of entry to get a man who's earning that kind of money. If not, go deal with a guy who's 26 years old or 27 years old making $50,000, $70,000 a year, and you got to work.
Okay.
Because what I'm hearing from you is you don't seem to understand. Number one of the problems in our community is we prize youth. Black people value and prize youth. When I say dating older, it in our community, it's like a taboo. In other communities, it makes perfect sense, especially if you want a higher standard of living. You have to marry a man who is earning that. Look at your president. How many years older is he than his wife?
Are you asking me?
Huh?
Are you asking me?
Yeah, Donald Trump is how many years? About how old do you think his wife is?
I don't know, 40, 50?
She's not 74. And that's the point.
Okay.
So
what do you recommend I do?
I don't think you're gonna. How tall are you?
5'9".
Dress size?
4 to 6.
4 to 6?
Mm-hmm.
How much did you weigh the last time you weighed yourself?
157.
All right. I don't think you'd be really cut out for the kind of man you're talking about.
Why?
Because one, you are going to have to get on his program. He's not going to get on yours. Chemistry, all the other kind of things. That's love talk. That's for young people. That's not for women who want to be, huh?
No, I'm listening. Go ahead, sir.
You want physical shit, and you can have that, but it's gonna be struggle love. You want to be taken care of. You want to be taken care of. Then that means a man who's making that kind of money, he's gonna have to be at a certain place in his life. And here's the thing, what is he going to need from you? And it sounds like you said you're going to clash, and I'm going to tell you why you clash, because you wouldn't know how to serve a man at that level. Have you ever served a man?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Where?
I mean, I'm from the South, so we kind of.
I don't know, ma'am. I don't know. I'm just, as a 23, what's your longest relationship?
1.5 years.
How old was he?
You're not gonna like it. He was young. He was my age. It was years ago.
Okay, and how long ago? Years ago, ma'am. You're 23.
It was when I was 20, but I haven't dated anyone my age since I was 20.
Why? Okay, why not?
Because I want to be taken care of.
Yeah.
I was more asking if I could have someone that I enjoy spending time with.
But what I'm trying to explain to you is.
Yes, sir.
Your mindset seems to be set up incorrectly. Okay? It's not about what you want. It's what value can you deliver to a man who's in the top 5% of earners. You're competing with the women around him. That's what you're competing with. You're competing with women who are already, you're competing with all the women who don't want to work. What are you bringing to the table at 20 that's different than those women? And so when I hear, talk about chemistry and things you'd have to sacrifice, you're already in the, dating a guy at that age is one thing. Yeah, guys will date you. The possibility of sex, but marrying you now, because it doesn't sound like you're really in it for anything other than what you want. You want to be taken care of. Okay, what is he gonna get for taking care of you?
What should he get? I mean, the agreeableness, right? That's what you always say. The agreeableness and
agreeableness is standard, though.
Fitness.
Okay, agreeableness is standard. So sex is standard. Children, standard. Agreeableness is standard. What is he going to get special about you that he cannot get from the dozens and hundreds of women who want a man on his level?
I don't know. We probably all are competing in the same way. Exactly,
which is why your mind isn't set up in the right way.
Why I gotta settle for some things.
Well, it's not settle. It's just you don't see. I need you guys to take this word "settle" out. This "settle" word is bothering you. You don't qualify for anything better. See, it's like saying I settled to go to, University of Georgia when you wanted to go to Ivy League, but you didn't have Ivy League grades or Ivy League SATs. You didn't settle. You got them where you could get. And at 23, the kind of women who get a man, and do you care what race he is?
No, sir.
All right. So you said you dated a man who was older and you guys clashed.
No, we didn't clash. I just knew I had to be less of myself.
What does that mean?
Like, he was a white guy, so like there were certain things I wouldn't talk about, certain ways I wouldn't talk, like certain jokes I wouldn't make. Like
I don't know what that means.
Childish things, like I don't know. I'm more of like a funny, charismatic type, so I felt like I had to limit that.
Well, you had to be a grown up.
Yes.
Welcome to the world.
But I feel like I would have a more enjoyable time in the company of someone more like me. Is that wrong to like want someone of a high status who's like I can enjoy their company more?
Okay. You want it all. Listen to me very carefully. You cannot have it all.
That's like a
all right.
simple,
No, it's okay. But you want him to make $300,000 a year. Pay attention. The man who's making that kind of money is working 10, 12, 14 hours a day. He's a serious man. Mm-hmm. He's ambitious. He's driven. And a wife is going to be, I don't think you ladies understand what it takes for a man to be at that level. And what you're saying is you couldn't be youth. That's exactly why, man. You are not ready. You're not really cut out for a man at that level. He's a serious man and he doesn't need a 23-year-old girl. He needs a woman. That's not an offense, but where are your woman skills?
Okay, I understand.
Do you?
Yes, sir.
What are your woman skills? How can you help a man who's 40?
Well, I guess being a helpmate, biblical terms, supporting. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, and that's why. And the reason I ask these hard questions is because women, young ladies like yourself, to overlook the men that really would be a good fit for you emotionally, because you're looking for a money outcome, ma'am.
Who do you would be a fit for me emotionally?
Look, I'm not done with this part of it because here's the reason I'm about done with it because I 72% of women in this country, mothers, have to work full or part-time. I don't know why so many black women don't want to work. And then you deliver nothing of value that's special.
Tell me what I need to deliver and it'll be done.
All right. Destiny.
Hello, Kevin.
Hello. I'm just. You would never work with a man like myself or a man on my level. You no way. Let me do this real quick. Look, hold on. Let me just tell you, you're cute, and you're probably used to getting by on your looks, but that ain't special, sweetheart.
Okay.
And you cannot step to a man who's got his shit together, who's going somewhere in life, thinking you're the prize.
Okay.
Your attitude is wrong, and you're looking for a quick fix. Deal with men on your emotional level because you're not a woman. You're still in the girl phase. Girls need boys. Women need men. That's why I try to cut it down, because even the way you're asking questions is out of line. And I'm trying not to check you because you're young. You're out of line for what it is you want. You don't qualify for it. If you didn't look the way you thought, where you look, and you wouldn't be asking for what you're asking for. You'd be asking for a regular guy.
Okay. Can I ask you a question?
It's still going. Go ahead, Destiny. You can ask a question so I can be done with it. Go ahead and ask your question. Go ahead, young lady, ask your question. And I'll get under Destiny. Go ahead.
I don't want to be a little girl who needs a little boy. What do you recommend I do to qualify for the men that I want?
This is where the school's going to come into play. You guys are going to have to learn how to do all this stuff, because unfortunately you didn't learn when you were at home in the community. You didn't learn it. So I don't begrudge you, but where'd you go to college?
Didn't go.
You didn't go?
No, sir.
All right. Well, so you graduated high school?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yeah. Where do you live?
I live in Los Angeles.
With who? Do you live by yourself?
Yes, sir.
Who you live with?
By myself.
All right. You don't have to go to school for it, because I don't know, you didn't learn it, and I can't, and I don't want to get too much further into it. You didn't go to college. That's a whole range of people around your age and dating that you missed out on. So going straight from high school, it's going to be really hard for a high school. And I mean, so it's going to be real hard for a high school graduate to be talking about a man in the top 5% of earners. There's a lot of stuff. And if you want that, I don't know why you want it, other than the fact is you don't want to work, but you don't get it just because you want it. You have to earn it and deserve it before you get it.
I'm going to college.
All right.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
But
maybe go ahead. I'm sorry.
We'll figure something out. First things first, let me just let you know when I'm leaving.
I didn't get the last part. First,
the priority is I'll let you know when I'm heading out of town or what I'm deciding to do for the holiday.
Okay.
And we'll go from there, okay?
And we'll try to make it happen, okay? If you want to see me and I want to see you, we should be able to make it happen.
Yeah. We'll figure it out.
But okay, so yeah. Go hold and do whatever you need to do. I'm glad you've got your computer. You've done so much more. The last time that I spoke to you around this time last night, you were kind of a mess.
I know. But thank you for everything. I'm going to talk to you tomorrow, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
And do your stuff and enjoy the rest of your evening. You know exactly where I'll be and when I'm getting.
Oh, The Godfather is never wrong. Caught you. Just sugaring that dude up. Wow. Beta male provider providing stuff left and right. And she on here talking about how can I find a high value man? And she's out hustling mother suckers. That's what you heard. Hustle. How can I get myself ready for a high value? Now, he didn't sound too young now, did he? He sounded every bit in his 40s, Courtney. He sounded every bit in his 40s. Every bit in his 40s. You can't make this shit up. You heard that.
Wow.
You heard it, didn't you?
And the crazy thing about it was she was messaging me like, oh my God, like, can you give me some advice? Can you give me some tips? So if you are okay with sugar babying a 40 and 50-year-old, why won't you date them? Because you're not serious.
Thank you, my sis. She heard the same thing. You,
Wow.
Jesus. So to all you women out here, is this how a man should talk to a real man should talk to a woman? I know what I'm doing. That's why I keep blocking y'all, because you're going to learn something in this show. Destiny, you heard what I heard.
I did. I did. I mean, you can't be a dummy. You can't hide that. And you know it's a sugar daddy because she has no feelings involved. This man done sent her a laptop. Thomas, she sounded a mess. She probably done faked the whole... I mean, this is what they call finesse, Kevin.
Finesse, ma. Finesse. And this is why...
They will put their energy in finessing somebody instead of finding somebody that you can really have that life with. You have to be genuine, though. You can't fake it.
That's why she was trying to finesse me. That's why when I walked away, I'm like, you can't finesse me, baby. And I'm like, I know what I'm reading when I read it. I'm an imp. Wow. So, wow, I'm gonna make a whole show on you. All right, Ma, you got anything before we get up out of here?
Kevin, I'm speechless.
The Lord moves in mysterious ways.
The only thing I can really say, Kevin, is continue to do what you do. The ones that really see that it's a problem and the ones that really actually want to change it, we are going to find ways to do it. We're not going to sit here and say, okay, it's us. People I should find somebody to understand us. No, you have to do the work and understand what that person wants from you and really be honest with yourself and really tell yourself, are you willing to give that person what they want in order for you to have what you want? It's a mutual beneficial relationship.
Man, look. Man, I'm speechless. I'm like, wow. Thanks, Ma. I appreciate it.